Why is a philosophy club important?
Philosophy Club is a good way for people to entertain ideas at a higher level, dig into issues in a manner that's a little more revealing, a little more sensible. Some you have people who back up your logic and catch you in your fallacies if you make some mistakes in your analysis of whatever it is that you're examining. Collaboration is always a better way than a solo effort to come to a conclusion.
What are philosophy jams?
Philosophy jams are a free-form exchange of ideas that can take any number of manifestations. When you have a few people discussing philosophy, life, ethics, politics, history, film criticism, it can be a structured conversation, or it could be like a free-form jazz ensemble.
How do you make your own philosophy club?
You get together a bunch of interested people that want to figure out how they can communicate in an elevated manner, and you just adopt some principles of how you're going to hold your conversations, where there's mutual respect for everybody and their ideas. There's some rules of engagement of what you can bring up and what you should avoid, and just go with it. See what works, and after a few times, if you're not having satisfactory results, make some adjustments.
How do mutual human values fit in?
That's one of the big quests of philosophy, especially 21st century philosophy, 21st century practical philosophy, certainly, where we're looking for how we can all interact and not insult each other, not trigger each other, and realize that we all come from different backgrounds, some from common ethnic, racial, or religious backgrounds that have common customs, and some from just larger things like Americans, where we're a melting pot and we have, who knows, 100 or more religions, how many creeds, how many ethnicities, and our ideal is to share them with each other to enrich our lives.
How important is the design of philosophical questions?
The design is very important because it elicits a lot of the answer. The way the question is framed can change your outcome that you come to, because words in their interaction have different weights and meanings. You might have extraneous terms that leads you down the wrong path of what you're examining and what you're trying to dissect, what you're trying to coalesce. So yeah, forming the question is a very important part of it.
What are operational definitions as opposed to hard and fast definitions?
Well, the operational definition is the way you're using the word or phrase. You can look up any word in the dictionary and it might have 20 or more definitions, and you're only concerned with using one of them, so you have that as your operational definition. And in philosophy, phrases can be a string of words with all of these, so you have to accept what is it that you were talking about and accept the operational definition of the word or phrase that you are examining and trying to come to a conclusion about.
Is that something one should have negotiated operational definitions so they can be sure that they're on the same page when they're discussing a topic?
Definitely, that's very vital. If you don't set the parameters, two people can be talking about two entirely different things. It can be assuming that you were talking about two very different concepts.
How does one identify logical fallacies, or where does one go to do that?
It's a skill or a discipline that has to be developed, and there are plenty of websites that list common logical fallacies, how to recognize them and how to overcome them, and ways to make sure that you don't fall into them again.
What's reverse Jenga?
Reverse Jenga treat it like it's a game, like Jenga. But what you're doing is you're putting the pieces there, and however they are displayed, and trying to make sure that the thing doesn't fall.
And tell us about the key caveats that the questions are more important than the answers, and we're not trying to provide answers to all of the philosophical ideas. We're trying to show people how they can explore them together.
Well, one of the issues with philosophy is very rarely is there something that is a set answer. Philosophy is more of the way you frame the questions, frames your outlook about what you're trying to explore, what you're looking into. And it's more about coming to a satisfying question than it is about a final answer. How was that?
Good.